Hi there, this is the eponymous Geller line in the Tolush Gambit in the Slav defense, which goes through Efim Geller's famous victory against Wolfgang Unzicker in 1952. d4 and d5, c4 the Queen's Gambit is defended with the Slav defense c6. After knight f3 and knight f6 and knight c3, black chooses to take on c4, allowing white to get a stronghold in the center with e4, and that e-pawn is going to press on to e5. But in the meantime, black must do something about the loose c-pawn, which is going to be defended by b5, expanding as well on the queen side. White continues according to plan with e5, and the knight drops into that hole on d5. White will try and compromise black's queenside pawn structure with the move a4. And in previous videos we've looked at bishop e6 and bishop f5, and of course black's most common move is queen a5. Here we're looking at the solid e6, and after a takes on b5, if black recaptures, then white will gain the pawn with knight takes on b5. So black wants to stay a pawn up. Knight takes on c3 first, then b takes c3, and black takes on b5. C takes b5. Knight g5, a common idea in the Geller Tolush, whereby the white queen is threatening to come to f3 with a mate threat on f7 as well as taking on a8. So bishop b7 closes off that option, but queen h5 is on the cards now with a mate threat on f7 again. Black defends with g6 and the queen runs to g4, and we've seen this position in the pauper trap, well worth checking out, where black played knight d7 and really has to struggle for equality here. I might as well just show you what happens after knight d7. Queen f4 threatens mate again, and if black plays queen to e7, as happened in the game pauper against O'Driscoll, then bishop a3 is winning, and black would have to defend awkwardly with this move f6, where black can just about hold his own. But rather than running into that distasteful line with knight d7, bishop e7 is far more to the point, and black certainly has at least equality here. So after bishop e2 and now knight d7, Geller challenges the bishop on b7 with bishop to f3. Queen c7 defends, and now the knight drops back to e4, eyeing up at some appropriate moment knight d6 or knight f6. Knight b6 was played, where the knight will hope to relocate to that important hole on d5, and Geller played bishop h6, presumably heading for g7 and then maybe back to f6. So to prevent bishop g7, rook g8 was played. Now the bishop back to g5, hoping to trade with its counterparts and then allow the knight to jump into f6. So black's going to get rid of that pesky knight with bishop takes on e4, bishop takes on e4, the recapture. Now knight d5 blocks up the diagonal where the rook was being hit. Of course, the rook could have considered going to d8 instead of knight d5, but white will get rid of that knight. Bishop takes d5, e takes on d5, and trading bishops on e7, queen takes on e7, pretty close to equality. White castles, black's trying to run the king to safety on g7. Rook fb1 hits the pawn on b5, and after a6, white could achieve equality, I suppose, with rook takes on b5, and after a takes b5, rook takes a8 check, king g7 and rook takes g8 with around equality. But white wanted more than that, so white played queen f3, Geller going after the d pawn rather cleverly, because after it was defended with queen to e6, even though white's a pawn down, white goes for the trade of queens, and black can't really go for that, because if queen takes e takes, then black will be worse off in the ending, with rook takes on b5 being threatened. So black ran with the queen to c8, and the game continued. f4, queen b7, and now rook a5. White's going to double rooks on the a file. King e8, rook ba1 and b4. Well, that pawn now on d5 is going to be loose at some point. First c takes on b4. After queen takes on b4, rook takes on d5. Means white is going to be going for the win here. After queen went back to b7, hitting the rook, white ignored that threat and played the winning move e6. Because if queen takes on d5, then the f pawn is going with with queen takes. Let's just run that through. Queen takes on d5, then queen takes on f7 is winning for white. So this has been the eponymous Geller line in the Geller Tolush Gambit in the Slav defense. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.